Your resume is one of the most important documents you will ever create in your lifetime. So, my aim about this video is to help you guys build your resume on digital marketing so that you can land your dream job and grow in a field you love. So, let's be honest. I know writing a resume is a really complicated task for most of you out there because we need to worry about font, grammar, structure, and in the end, it all comes down to listing down our achievements. And it hurts to find out that we don't have many. But whether we have achievements or no, we need a job, right? Because apart from the money it gets you, having a job in the early stages of your career makes you a professional. It makes you disciplined. And both of these combined will get you closer to wealth, health, and even love. And the first step to all of this is to write a resume. So it doesn't matter if you are a fresher or an experienced professional. Today, by the end of this video, you'll be surprised to see how easy it is to write a resume that will get you an interview call. And if you stay with me till the end, I'll give you a secret tip that will take your resume to the next level. Okay, first, I want to ask you if this sounds like you. You are not sure how to update your resume to fit each job you're applying for. Maybe the constant editing is so time consuming, or maybe you're not sure what to include and what to leave out of your resume. Or maybe you're uncertain about the wordings of your resume. This is a question I get a lot, okay? You want your resume to sound interesting and engaging without sounding wordy, fluffy, or confusing. I know most of you can relate to these things, but don't worry, guys. Today, by the end of this video, you'll get a confidence in your resume to submit it and apply for your dream job. Now, let's talk about what are we going to cover today. The very first thing, what interviewers look for in a resume. Second, we are going to learn how to build a clean and concise resume, the resume structure. How to write an attention grabbing resume that hits employee specific pain points. How to quickly customize your resume to fit almost any job. How to write achievement statements that showcase your skills and expertise, and some of the key minimal skills required for a digital marketer that you can add in your resume. Before we begin, let me clarify that you are free to write your resume the way you want because there is no certified way to write your resume. So, let's begin. What is that interviewers look for in a resume? Now, it is less about what is it they look for and more about what interviewers see. No matter what job you're applying for, there will be hundreds or thousands of people applying for the same job. With these many profiles, the interviewers will hardly spend around 6 seconds looking at your resume. If your profile is not appealing at the first glance, then you will be swiped up right away because there are a lot of other profiles waiting to be reviewed. Which is why your resume should not be like a long, boring list. It should be like an advertisement, short, to the point, and crisp. Now, let's look into how to build a clean and concise resume, that is, the resume structure. I want you guys to follow the 5-part framework when you are doing this. I want you to evaluate the top half of your resume, the work experience section on your resume, the education and training, the skills and certifications, and the additional sections. There are basically 5 parts you're going to evaluate. And we are going to go through each one of these. So, if I'm talking about the top half of the resume, this is where you need to have your contact information. Make sure you have your contact information at the very top. After name is the professional title, which is technically the position that you are applying for or the current position that you hold. The professional title in this example is digital marketer. Then below that, we are going to list three key skills. I'll be covering this in detail in a few minutes, okay? And then we are going to list our professional summary, which again I'm going to cover in a few minutes. But the top half is super important. We need to have that streamlined before we go on to the next part, which is your experience section. In your experience section, we want to make sure that you include accomplishment oriented points, points which are results driven. Make sure that you are using keywords from the job posting, which we will talk about it in a minute. We also want to make sure that it is quantifiable. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to be touching on each of these bullet points in just a second, but this is going to give you an idea about the five-part framework. Next is education and training. When it comes to education and your training, in case if you have been working for quite some time, then it is best to keep your education section short and sweet. You just have to mention the details of your last degree that you have taken. Mention any highlights like any relevant course works that you have done, any academic honors you have received. You may also mention if you have undergone any special training in digital marketing. Now, the next part is your skills and certifications. Here, you can mention the professional skills along with how well you know that skill. I will also go in details about this section in a few minutes with what are the basic skills you need as a digital marketer. As digital marketers, you are expected to have a certain level of certifications. You can mention all these things at this part. Next is additional section. Now here is an idea on what are the additional sections that you can put on your resume. I get this question a lot like, hey, besides my work experience and my education, what else can I add? So, here are a few of additional sections which you can pop up on your resume to give your resume some depth. If you are an influencer or YouTuber, you can mention the social media channels that you have created personally. You can mention if you have done any volunteer work, languages known, extracurricular activities, conferences or webinars that you have attended, and hobbies. Make sure you are mentioning the additional sections that are relevant to the position that you are applying to. Just pick the best two sections and mention them. Keep in mind, guys, this is just a framework. So, we are going to get into more of this in detail in a few minutes. Now, I want you guys to comment below the video which part of your resume do you think needs the most work. So, would you say it is the top half of your resume, or would you say your work experience section, or would you say it's your education, or would you say it is for skills and certification, or is it the additional sections? Next, I want you guys to consider the font selection of your resume. So, when it comes to font selection, we are going to keep that simple and not complicated. So, you can see here on the screen, I have a couple of examples of fonts that I really like, and some of that you definitely don't want to use. So, we don't want to use any of those hard to read fonts. The other thing I want you to consider is a font size. So when it comes to font size, I don't like to go anything smaller than a 9 and definitely don't like to go anything bigger than a 11. So make sure it is in a kind of middle of that and no smaller or larger than that. Okay? The other thing that you need to keep in mind is headlines. The headlines are what draws a reader through your resume and understand that this is a section about work experience, this is a section about education, this is a section about volunteer work. So you have to have these headlines in there. The other thing that you need to consider is capitalization, bullet points, and bold. The bullet points are going to really help your resume seem organized. Anytime you can bold things, like you can notice all the headings in here are bold. You can even capitalize your headings. It is up to you. Okay, you actually don't have to capitalize the headings, but make sure that you're using these key indicators to separate the sections. And then white space and margins. Make sure you're using margins and you are going no lesser than a 0.5-inch margin and no larger than a 1-inch margin. Okay. Now let's go to our third topic, how to write an attention grabbing resume that hits employee specific pain points. To help you understand resume structure better, I am going to show it to you. I have used Canva to create this resume. It is free to use, okay? You can use Google Docs, Microsoft Word, or any resume builder that you like. So if you're building your resume in Canva, just go to Canva and in the search bar, search for resume. Here you can find many resume templates which you can choose from. I'll just leave the link of the resume template that I have created in Canva in the description below, okay? You can just click on that link and you will get this template and you can use this template to make your own edits. Now, let's understand what to fill in the various sections of your resume. First, I'm going to show you an experienced person's profile and then make a few changes to this profile so that it becomes a fresher's profile. So first we will look into building the top half of the resume. So these are the things we are going to fill in this section: the name, the professional title, 3 key skills, professional summary, and the contact information. So let's assume that we are going to apply for this role of a social media manager. So this is an example of one of my team members' profile. Even though I'm taking a social media manager example, you can use the same guidelines for any job in any field. The first thing that you need to write is your name. Under that is your professional title. The professional title is either the job posting title or your current position. Now, right under that is going to be the 3 key skills. These are 3 key skills that are found in the job posting. And I don't want these 3 skills like hard worker or problem solver. I want key skills directly from the job posting because anyone can be a good problem solver, anyone can be a hard worker. We want specific skills from that job posting. So just look at the job posting and understand what they are looking for, and based on that you need to write these 3 skills. Make sure whatever you're writing in here you support those 3 skills and write throughout your resume. So I will just look at the job profile and I can see all the keywords that they have used. I can see what they are looking for, and based on that I have written the professional title as social media management, optimization, and creative content developer. So here are some examples of professional title. So the first one is what I have already written. Then you have social media marketing, SEO and PPC campaign management, link building, off page and on page activities, content writer optimizer for social networking accounts, digital marketing campaign management, SEO and copywriter. I'll show you some more. Digital marketer, YouTuber and influencer, technical SEO, on page and off page SEO, digital marketing campaign development, management and SEO, designing, executing and analysis of digital marketing campaigns, planning, implementing and monitoring digital marketing campaigns. Now you comment below the video what 3 key skills can you add to your resume. Okay, so after that we are going to add 3 of your personal skills. So in this example, I have mentioned 3 personal skills as reliable, energetic and resourceful. Your description is going to have three totally different words. Okay, so I'll share with you some of the skills which you can use in your resume: competitive, dedicated, confident, creative, detail oriented, efficient. Then we have enthusiastic, focused, goal oriented, innovative, motivated, multitasking. I'll share a few more: open minded, organized, passionate, prepared, proactive, productive, and then responsible, results driven, strategic, successful, task oriented, and result oriented. These are just some examples, okay, just to give you an idea about it. Okay, if you're having trouble finding the perfect word, you can use online tools like thesaris.com to find words that communicate your skills exactly. Just go to the website, and for example, I'm typing in reliable, and underneath you can find so many other words which you can use which are related to this. You can see here words like positive, sincere, honest. All these are different kinds of words which you can use in your resume. Okay, so if you have years of experience, you may also mention the number of years that you have been worked in that position in this area. The next thing is you're going to mention your specialty in what makes you unique. Here it says ability to cultivate content focused marketing strategy on websites and various social media channels. And notice at the very last sentence it is written expertise in analyzing analytics data to maximize opportunities to convert to sales. So here we are breaking down this summary into a super simple formula that you can follow and you can put that into your own resume. Next, you can put your photo, and that is totally optional. You may or may not put your photo. That is totally up to your personal interest. But I feel adding your photo adds a little more liveliness to your profile. Next is contact information, and these are the things that you can mention. First is email ID. Make sure you have an email ID that has your name and mention that. Type your phone number, and next mention social media profiles like LinkedIn. Since you are applying for a digital marketing role, you can even mention your Twitter or Instagram handles. LinkedIn profile is a must. The rest is optional. It is up to you if you want to mention it or not. Make sure you're putting in a custom LinkedIn URL. If you don't have a custom LinkedIn URL, no worries. You can jump over to LinkedIn to get that created. I'll show you how to do that. You can click on the Me icon in the top right hand corner of LinkedIn profile. Click on View Profile and then click on Edit Public Profile and URL. From there, click on the small pencil icon. So inside this edit, you will find a custom URL section. Here you can create a URL that contains your first name, your middle name, or your last name, or a combination of those put together. Here you can see your custom URL must contain 3 to 100 letters or numbers. Please do not use spaces, symbols, or special characters. So you have 5 to 30 characters to use, and this will look a lot better than the combination of numbers and letters that LinkedIn assigned you by default. Now don't forget to click save. And that is most of what you need to mention in your contact information. Things that you don't need to mention are your marital status, religious affiliation, and date of birth, because all of this is unnecessary information taking up unnecessary space. So here it will look good if you mention the LinkedIn icon here. To get the icon, you just have to go to Elements and search for LinkedIn, and you will get the icon here. You just have to drag and drop it over here. So that's all. We are done with the top half. Now let's go to our next topic: how to quickly customize your resume to fit almost any job. We will customize that in the experience section. Here you will mention your current job first and then go back and mention your old jobs in a reverse chronological order. You will have to mention the name of your company, your job role, and right beneath it, and mention the time period that you have held that role for. And make sure underneath that you are mentioning your highlights in bullet point format. So this is Anjana's first job. So we have to mention only one job experience here. Suppose you were in the same company but have had different roles, then you can have a separate section for each role. Write down your responsibilities and key deliverables in a bullet point. Remember, this section is an opportunity to showcase how your experience is aligned to the position that you are applying for. Remember to sprinkle the keywords mentioned in the job description throughout your experience section, because that way the hiring manager will know that you have the experience that the team needs. I'm going to share a formula on how to do this. This is called a well tailored resume formula. So, this equals research plus keywords plus a direct correlation. So, what I mean by research is we are looking at anything we can learn more about the company through the job posting, through their website, maybe the post that they have made recently on social media, their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter account, LinkedIn page, all that good stuff. Okay, that is what we mean by research. The next section that I want to show you guys is keywords. So this is where you're going to pull out keywords from the job posting. So here you can see in this job posting, they are repeating a couple of things here. They want someone who can manage and execute social media campaigns. They want someone who can develop content. They want someone who can work with social promotions and social analytics. And they want someone who can manage their social tools. They want someone who can create, curate, and manage all published content such as images, video, written, and podcasts. They want someone who can copyright all social posts and creatives. They want someone who is good at KPI measurement. They want someone who can monitor SEO. They want someone who can optimize content. I'm going to pull the keywords from here and I'm going to try to put that into a statement that I can put on my resume. So, here is a quick statement. Good at KPI measurement with the ability to manage and execute social media campaigns that actively engages an audience. I might not have that statement in my resume before, but I could say I'm good at KPI measurement and I can manage and execute social media campaigns and I can engage the audience. So I got that statement just by looking at the job posting. Here's another statement that I got just by looking at the job posting. Increased brand development by 20% in 3 months by analyzing data and creating user engagement content. I know they want brand development, they want someone who can analyze data, and they want someone who can create user engagement content. I increased brand development by whatever percent in my old position or during my internship in 3 months by analyzing data and creating user engagement content. You just have to look at the job position, point that in, and say that I can do that. So now that you are speaking to their pain points, always try to be specific about your achievement. Now, let's look at how to quantify your performance. This is another question that I get a lot. Okay, how will you actually take all the tasks that you have done and how do you actually quantify everything? Or how will you take or how will you turn that into a results driven achievement statement? So, I want you guys to think about measurements. Okay, we have data, we have frequency, we have scale, we have range, anything with numbers, percentages, amount, and time. This is just a few of the things that you can measure. Now, next, let's look into how to write achievement statements that showcases your skills, talents, and abilities. When it comes to your achievement statement, now I have another formula to share with you. So here we go with our achievement statements. So your achievement statement needs to have some sort of action verbs And an action verb meaning organized, increases, operated, implemented, advised. Those are action verbs, okay? Then you need to add some sort of task. So, what did you actually do? The most important part of this is result. We need to know, yeah, we know that you had the task, but what was the result of what you did? Can we know what that result was? Okay, now let me show you an example of how to actually implement this. So here is just a super simple example of an experience section. Okay. Now, the thing I want you to look at is notice a social media marketing trainee position and the bullet points under that. Managed a Facebook page, social media group sharing, and reporting. Believe it or not, I see this type of resume a lot. Let me show you guys. If we take managed a Facebook page and we turn that into a nice achievement statement, or let me call it as a results driven achievement statement. Instead of just mentioning managed a Facebook page, you can write revamped a business page on Facebook that has led to over 70K followers up to by 40% in 2 months and has led to a 4% increase on revenue. See the difference? Because you have added a number to your accomplishment, it gives the hiring manager confidence in your abilities. Next, reporting. Increased brand awareness and social media account reach by 30% by monitoring and studying analytics report. So, doesn't that sound so much better than just a reporting? I think so. Let me show you another one, social media group sharing. Researched and analyzed over 50 Facebook, LinkedIn groups each day related to the client niche for proper sharing of posters and communication. So always try to add a number and quantify it. Okay. Next is education and training. Here you can mention the details of your last degree, and right after that, in 3 to 4 bullet points, you can mention the highlights like any relevant courseworks or any academic honors. If you are a student, you will obviously add a lot more in the education section. We'll come to that in a minute. You can also mention if you have done any training on digital marketing at this section. So here she have undertaken digital marketing training from IPSR. So here we can mention that under the training section, the institute you have done training from, the training or course name, the time period. Under that you can mention the works you have done related to the job role. So here she have written a blog post and she have done a video for YouTube. So here I am mentioning that with links. She have created SWOT analysis report. She have created ad copy. She have won ideathon contest. So all these things which you have done during the training period, you can mention it over here, which are related to the job post that you are applying for. Okay, next we'll discuss about some of the key minimal skills required for a digital marketer. Typically, for a digital marketing job, you can mention the skills that you know and rate them according to how well you know them. But make sure you include the skills that have been mentioned in the job description. Now, I'm going to explain some of the top skills required for a digital marketer. This is a very important thing that you need to work on. First is content skills. There are two types of content. One is content writing and the other one is copywriting. Whatever the content we are writing for websites and blogs and all, we call it as content writing. Copywriting is something we call it as ad copies. If we design some ads and run it on Google or Facebook, we need some description or ad copies for that. That is what is called as ad copy. Content writing and ad copy is different. You need to have some idea on what you need to write. It is not that in depth you need to be a content writer. Yes, you can choose your career in content writing as well, but very importantly, you need to have an idea of writing content and optimizing content by using keywords in that content. Don't worry if you're not that perfect in English, you must be perfect in your own mother language, right? You can think the concept in your comfortable language and try to implement writing that in English. There are so many online tools available now. You can use Grammarly, you can use Pro Writing Aid. These are some of the tools which you can use to improve your writing skills. I will recommend a book that you can read to improve your writing skills. This book will teach you how to write better. It is best for beginners in copywriting, content writing, or blogging. This book will also teach you the basics of writing the sales email. This book will teach you how you can improve the readability of a content. It also teaches you how to communicate effectively through writing. This book will give you a formula on how to write better. This is a very small book to read, and I think this is a must read book for all digital marketers. Now, coming back to our skills, next is SEO. You need to have a core concept of SEO, what to be done on page and what to be done on off page. Next is SEM, search engine marketing, that is Google Ads. You need to understand the core concepts of Google Ads, how search ad works, how display ads work, how video ad works, and what is a competition, bidding, everything you need to know. And when it comes to social media marketing, you need to understand the core concept of social media as well as how Facebook ad works, how Instagram ad works, how to create ads, how to target audience, everything you need to understand. If you are placing any ads, you have to know where you are placing it, I mean, in which platform you are placing it, and who is the target audience for that, and what is the budget for the ad, how you need to optimize, and how the ad is performing, competitor analysis. All these comes under understanding the core concept of ads. Next is Canva. You need to have some basic skills on designing. While you go for an interview, while you do your self employment, or if you're doing your own business requirements, these skills are very important. Last, the knowledge of WordPress. You should have a basic knowledge of WordPress, like you should know how to create a blog post, how to use SEO plugins, how to create a page. These are the minimum skills where we also call it as top skills. So, to become a good digital marketer, you need to practice these skills and mention the skills which you are more confident in and related to the job description. Also, with how well you know them in stars or maybe in percentage or anything, it's up to you. Now, you guys tell me which all digital marketing skills can you add in your resume? Comment that down below the video. Next is certifications. As a digital marketer, this section is a must mention. You need to mention the certifications which you have taken, along with from where you have taken that certification from, whether it's from HubSpot or Google or anywhere else. I will share you the link of this blog in the description below. This is a blog which shows you the list of free digital marketing certifications that you can take and how to take that. Okay, it is a very easy blog. It shows you step by step on how you can take those certifications. Make sure you're leveling up your resume by adding certifications. Okay, next is additional sections. Just mention any best tool related to the job that you are applying for according to the space in your resume. So here I have mentioned languages and social media channels as a additional section, and I have mentioned a YouTube channel as well as an Instagram page over here. Now, before you hit export, there are few things to keep in mind. But before that, let's see how you can modify this profile so that it becomes a fresher's profile. In case if you are a fresher or applying for an entry level job, then the resume pretty much remains the same except for few changes. If you have done any internship or training in digital marketing, just mention that first. As digital marketers, you are expected to do some training or internship before you actually start working in a company, because most of the companies they prefer trained freshers. So, to get prioritized in placements, it's always better to go for some digital marketing training or internship. If you have done internship and training from IPSR, then these are the things that you can mention in your resume. You can mention about keyword research that you have done, You can mention about your experience working with website analytic tools like Google Analytics and Google Trends. You can mention about the accounts you have created in Google Search Console and how you verified meta tags and link that account with the Google Analytics account. You can also mention about your proficiency in using SEO plugins like Rank Math and Yoast SEO. You can also mention about the other WordPress plugins that you have worked on, like sitemap plugins, social sharing plugins, contact form 7, exact metrics, short pixels, etc. Then you can also mention about the off page activities you have done, like classified submission, social bookmarking, article submissions, guest posting, and question answer submissions. You can also mention about the competitor research you have done for finding out the link building tactics of the competitors. You can mention about the SEO audit report that you have created for the client's website and also about the suggestion report you have created for improvements. These are the digital marketing skills that most of the companies look for. And I'm sure that anyone who have completed the digital marketing internship at IPSR will be sure to have these skills because we make you do things practically. And practical knowledge is always a step ahead of theoretical knowledge. So, don't you think a fresher's resume having these many digital marketing skills is sure to get an interview call from a company? I think so. And then under the training, you can write about the things which I have mentioned before, like blog creation, video creation, SWOT analysis report, competitor research and analysis. You can even mention if you have won any ideathon contest, because as digital marketers, you are expected to give fresh ideas about marketing materials. At IPSR, we conduct these ideathon contests every week in a fun and exciting way for young talents to get involved and bring out their ideas. And practicing these skills will improve your creative presentation as well as ideation skills. Rest all will be the same like your professional skills and certifications. And the top half is already tailored according to the job posting. And then you can mention your education. List down your institution name, degree, and the time period in reverse chronological order up to your 10th standard. Then you may mention the projects you have done. Write the name of the project in 1 to 2 lines. You may describe what is that project about. Mention any internships you have done. You may mention any paper you have worked on with your faculty. And in additional sections, you can mention the college fest that you have participated in, hackathons, coding contest, paper presentation contest. You can even write about the initiatives you took while you were at the college, like taking care of your college website, newsletter, or even maintaining your own blog. So, those are the differences between a fresher's profile and an experienced person's profile. So, how often do you tailor your resume according to the job that you are applying for? Comment below the video. But before you hit export, here are 3 important points to remember. Keep your resume to 1 page maximum. If you have information that is relevant to the position that you're applying to, then go ahead and add an extra page. But if you're adding fluff just for the sake of adding pages, then your resume will suffer. Always proofread and double check your resume, because nothing hurts a resume more than a grammatical error. But the third and the most important point, never lie in your resume. If you don't have skills, you might not get this job. But if you lie, then you might not be called for any future jobs the company might have. Sometimes it's okay not to have the skills because most companies will be ready to train you. But honesty is a skill that no company compromises on. So that is how you write a digital marketing resume. Now, before we move on to the bonus tip, I would like to ask you, what are your biggest takeaways so far? Comment below the video. And finally, since you guys stayed with me till the end, here is a bonus tip. Always maintain a live career document. It can be an Excel sheet or anything similar. Whenever you work on something like take part in a fest, organize a hackathon, or you want ideathon, or build a tool for your team, maintain a document and write it down. most of the times we don't know what to write in our resume because we forget what we have done. But if you get into the habit of noting everything down, then not only will it build your resume, but it will also give you a list of things to talk about in your appraisal for your next promotion. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much and have a great day.